Alrighty. Let's see how we're getting on. Let me just do a little quick check here. Yep, we're looking good there. Let me drag this here over to the side. Make sure we are up and running. Yes, we are indeed. Let's do a refresh on this, and there we go. Right, so we are going to be continuing with Warcraft 3. We've had a couple of weeks away from it, so what we're going to be doing, we've finished off Eternity's End. We're starting now onto the Terror of the Tides. So, this is probably my second favorite RTS expansion that has ever been released. You're possibly wondering as well why my head is the only bit that's visible. That's just because I have a green top on. Largely because I thought it was funny. Whoa, game capture. Way down. Way down.
Still I am hunted.
Let's bring that way down.
I am hated.
Lovely.
Now my blind
Get this here going. So that makes us look a little bit more humanoid, humanesque, however you wish to say it.
at some time
No.
the hand of fate
We, while this is doing the opening cutscene, can acquire ourselves the beverage. The lovely, tasty beverage that is our Monster Energy. So, hopefully everyone's been having a good week so far. We have a little bit of a change to our scheduling, all of that there sort of stuff. Let's see. Can I? Oop. Yes, I can. Actually. Oh, wait. Hang on. Let's do a quick little check. Face cam. I think I could convert this to our other one, which is ta-da! Up here. Way, hey. That's the angle for that is awful. That is much better. Oh boy. Maybe we're gonna have to rethink our top. I think we're gonna have to rethink our top. Although, first things first, let's go to filters and let's tweak our green screen. 400. Hey, that's a lot better. And you know what? Floating head's fun. Screw it, we're sticking with it. So, meantime, I also gotta move my work laptop. You know what? While this is run, work laptop, I love you dearly, but you're gonna have to get out of my way. I'm putting the work laptop into my work backpack. That's what I'm gonna do. So, whoop, in you go. Lovely. Tides of Doom.
upon all those who would oppose us.
I wonder is that Michael Bell that does the voice for Illidan? I know it's a little bit different, but I can understand how the voice would sort of change to get from that. Because Michael Bell has this kind of a voice when he's speaking normally. But then if you wanted, you could have it start to have it shift lower and lower until you were here. Then you are Illidan. My blind eyes see what others cannot. You know, that kind of a thing. So I think it's possible. It is possible. Oh yeah, I should also put my headphones back into the bag. My work headset. Don't want to be going to the office without my headset. That would be very silly biscuits, wouldn't it? Especially given that I've got a couple of calls tomorrow and everything. Right, we are playing this here, and this is a lot more hero-centric as a campaign in this one. Right, all these ones here, we'll march them through here. There is the broken little town. This is also where we find the runes for the first time. which can be used to oop, wild Murgles. Let's take care of that. And get this here. Alrighty then. That's unfortunate. You are going to move back here. You, buddies, are going to take care of this. So, now let's go over to here. That was a little bit of XP. Maev starts as a level 2. Before eventually moving on to a 3 within this mission, I imagine. So, Fan of Knives could be a handy one. Nice little bit of AoE centering on her. And there's the unfortunate bit. The Furbolgs have gone mad.
Their tribe suffered greatly during the Legion's invasion. They cannot be saved.
We also kind of learned that Maev, throughout this campaign, is very much not the protector or anything. She's very much only a warden. She just hunts. That's all she cares about. You know, getting her quarry at the end of the day. So it's pretty noticeable throughout that a lot of the time she will be like, oh yeah, no, we're not going to help this crowd. We're not going to. And then she also, like, later on in the campaigns, she starts going really, really far the other way. And going as like, hey, I'm going to track down Illidan. And then just, you know, she does not let up. She is unrelenting, but a silly biscuit for it. You move back to here. Okay, you are going to here. You're going to do that and hit them. We're also going to zoom out, we may as well. And how much mana? No, we're not going to use the Fan of Blades just yet. That's very much a nope, nope. Now, up here, way more units. Including a Dryad. Very important. Because the Dryads are, well, they were the unit that carried me through the base game. Because if it wasn't for Dryad spam, couldn't have beaten the last mission. I mean, I suppose I could have done like an archery spam, but the immunity, like the spell immunity that they have, is so powerful that it's like, yeah, that's definitely something that's going to be helpful for us. So, all of y'all, let's zoom out, take out the crate just in case there's something there. Alrighty, let's go to here. You have that there very nice ability to get them to go out of the way like that. Okay, you move over to here. Okay, I was expecting we were going to have to, like, do some kind of Fan of Knives to take them out, but yeah, never mind. Okay, yep, nope, the Owlbears. Right, Maev, you're going in first. You're our melee hero. And possibly, actually, as I think of it, the only melee hero that the Night Elves have, I think. Poison Dagger, no. We're going to switch up and we're going to upgrade this instead. We're going to focus on this because Poison, we've already got that being dealt by the Dryad. So why would we really need to go and do more of it? Because I don't know if it actually does stack or anything. So, Enraged Beast is taken care of. These here, let's do a quick little check in these huts. Right, you hit that, and then hit this. Okay, so we got a little bit of healing out of that. And now we just kind of try to move them up. I should also look at a slightly longer cable for my microphone so I can bring it even closer, you know? I could probably be in here and let you hear that low baritone that there is. It's not actually low baritone or anything. My general speaking voice is just kind of, it's not my favorite. There's one of the guys in work, Skid Jackson. He's got a great speaking voice. Also a great streaming voice. And here are our Naga. That is the basis for the stream title. It's literally just a fucking pun. So, yeah. If you were sitting thinking, oh, Reaper seems like an intellectual. He seems like a cool guy who makes funny jokes. Nope. I make puns. I make lazy puns. And I don't even care. You are infested. Dryad, you...
We're still chained in his cell when I get through with him.
But these wrecks, why would they destroy ships?
Let's abolish magic from that. Can we not abolish that?
He may have taken to the sea. Hurry, sisters. The port of
Okay,
Illidan is
you
fast
need to
enough.
get the hell away from there.
Find a ship and set sail after Illidan.
Okay, so that was unfortunate.
The end draws near.
Those parasite things can't be dispelled? That's really powerful. That's going to be very unfortunate for us throughout the campaign. Okie dokes, up this here way. What do we got? Who do we got?
The guilty will
Rune of Mana. Shame I don't have a heal. Really? A Fountain of Health? That could have been so helpful. That could have been so good. But no. So, only way up to there is going to be teleport and then waboom. Do that there. Kill him. Kill him. Or her. They could be female spiders. You know, they might be. And the spider ring. Lovely. Now, what we can do is ta-da! And whumph. So, all of them are doing that there a little bit. We got this here. Should we just do... Yeah, let's do this as a group 1. Command group 1. So, Maev, you're going to have to... Really? You're stuck in place right now?
Aim dead center. Making trails.
Okay, so we gotta wait for Maev to have enough mana to blink. 50 mana required. I need to move my thing so that I can actually see what the mana value is. So, now I have enough. We teleport over to here. What is this? 10-second cooldown. 10 mana? Holy crap, that is worth upgrading next mission. Blink is well worth upgrading, because that switches it from 50 to 10 mana. And that's basically like a 10-second cooldown. So within 10 seconds, we should actually be getting that mana back. Meaning Blink will no longer be something that can hamstring us.
The guilty will suffer. The end draws near.
Hi, Watchers.
Illidan is out there somewhere.
And now we've got a little bit more.
Justice.
Not quite AoE damage, but
Now is the time.
multi-target damage, I guess.
Thank Elune. A band of satyrs captured the rest of my party. The twisted
Okay.
wolves are holding them in the nearby woods.
Well, let's go and take care of that problem, shall we? Waboomf.
Night Elf Watchers. I knew there were more of them skulking around out there.
You will release my warriors immediately.
I mean, he definitely will, because you just killed him. Okay, we're gonna have multiple groups here. This is gonna be very useful. So what I think we should do is I think we should set up ranged versus close melee. So you ones are all coming over to here.
For the treat.
You two
Gladly.
are going to be part of this. So you are group 1. You are going to be our group 2. So 1, move out first, and then 2 is going to follow suit.
We're wasting time here.
They are our ranged ones, so we keep them as our rear defensive line. Or no, not our rear defensive line, our rear offensive line. So, these here, destroy the demonic gates. There's also one of our ones in work that's got me tempted to pick up World of Warcraft again. And it's like, yeah, I could play some WoW. But I don't even think my current Battle.net account is the one that I had years and years ago.
I cannot allow Illidan to escape again. We must slay those Naga before they burn the ships.
You are too late, little warden. Master has already set sail for distant shores. However, he wished to thank you for the hospitality you
You're certainly welcome to try, monster.
I think monster was a little unnecessary.
I will finish the hunt.
Like that, just, it feels like a mean thing to say there. Right, do that there. Maev, I want you taking care of this.
We're wasting time here.
Okay, so kill these ones, take them out, do the job. Job's a good one. Let's try and take out some of these here ranged ones. So these folks here won't actually be able to be destroyed like that. And now their air units are in range. Okie dokes, we're fine with that there. Group 1, I want you going over here and destroying these here. Group 2, take that out so that we destroy as many of those as possible. Group 1, lovely. Finish him off. Let's take out the Sea Witch, or the Naga Siren rather, first. So, do your thing. Get these here ones wiped out. And lovely. Let's see if there's anything in here, just a rune of mana. So, all of this here, lovely, and let's do that, just to do a little bit more damage. Clear it out a little quicker, and now we are sorted. So, main quest completed, burning ships. Happy days.
Mistress, do you believe we can defeat Illidan even if we find him?
Illidan has grown powerful, of that there is no doubt. He consumed the energies of the skull of Gul'dan. Now he is not a night elf nor demon, but something more.
Mistress, why would the Naga harbor so much hatred for us?
We must trust time to reveal all things. Now hurry. Illidan has a considerable lead on us. We must capture him before he causes any more harm.
Happy days. Now, continue. Let's move on to our next mission. Let me see. Ooh, hang on. One little second. I just gotta restart my loop deck. I swear I'm gonna have to get like a stream deck or something, because this loop deck support is just... It's getting absolutely shuttered now that they've moved it to Logitech MX Creative. So I may have to actually end up investing in a stream deck instead at some point. Problem is, the cost of them, like, they are so much more expensive, and they've got less functionality. It's like, that's not ideal.
The ruins all around us, Naisha. I recognize them. This was once the great city of Suramar, built before our
Right, hang on. Let me
beneath the sea 10,000
look
years
into...
ago.
So if I try to... Doesn't even let me create markers or anything anymore. I think I might have to update the Twitch thing. That might be it. There might be an upgrade for the Twitch plugin. I should have a look into the software and see. Open loop deck. Yes, I know there's a new software version available. I need to sign in to Twitch. That, huh? Let me try this here. Authorize. Is this gonna give me the ability to? Sign in successful. Lovely. Okay, and... Oh, hey, there we go. A lot better now. Let's go up to the home. And we're gonna create a marker. We're gonna save a little marker right there. That's gonna be our handy thing. So,
Mystery we'll have to solve later. We'd best
head inland. Lovely. So, this is gonna be a base building mission. Okay, we've got all 5 of those ones set up there. What do we have building-wise? We can get the Ancient of Lore. We need to upgrade to the Tree of Ages. So, that is a definite yes. Ancient of Wonders. Oh yeah, that's our... Each faction is able to actually upgrade and have a... What do you call it now? Upgrade and have a merchant in their base. Which can be very helpful, because I think later on down the line you can actually purchase
is out there somewhere.
like scrolls that might benefit the entire crowd, all kinds of nice things. So that's something we should definitely have a look towards. Here is where we've got our goblin shipyard.
We're wasting time here. I will finish the hunt.
Let's go and check along here. So, you know what? We're going to have Maev go with these here ones. The Naga, I don't actually know where they're going to start attacking from. If they do attack, it might be a case of we actually have just a static base and we're able to just stay and defend ourselves nicely.
Now is the time.
And instead we just have to push through whatever all they're doing to us. Okay, 100 magicka for that there. Not even magicka, mana. Okay, Maul of Strength. And now we get that there. Kill you off. Let's kill the Murgle Cliff Runner. Because these ones here, you're just XP at this point. I don't even reckon with the 4 of those there. If I use the Fan of Knives, then at that point I should be able to take them all out without any threat. Lovely. Yep, there we go. So, now we'll head back to base. We should also look at constructing some moonwells towards the front line. Because we want to upgrade how much we've got for our things. Right, so this is also good. Our no upkeep thing is even better because we can get up to 50 food before that's a problem. And that's going to be very helpful for us. So this here, we're going to upgrade the Dryads for sure. Those are getting upgraded. Because those are among the better things that we have in our arsenal. Night Elf Transport, okay. Frigate is a question. Do we go for a frigate? These moonwells, I think, are going to be very helpful for us as well. So, okay, we've got that there. Let's build 4 of these here. 4 wisps, and all 4 of those are going to be used to construct this. So, moonwells, all of you are going to have the automatic healing on yous. You are going to be an Ancient of Lore, and we're going to build you here. We're going to do a square of 4 of them there. That's going to be used to upgrade all of our stuff. And then we can send out loads of Dryads to attack from there. So, nice. Ancient of Lore. And then, yeah, let's see. Have we upgraded? Okay, yes we have. So, we can get tier 2 upgrades for these ones as well. You are going to be the Ancient of Lore here. Ah, damn you. Not exactly there, but close enough. Another moonwell. If we have 8 of them in the front of the base, that should be fine. 8 of these guys in the front of the base, yeah. So these 4, once they're eventually constructed, really? Okay, so I gotta build you here. And there it is. So they do have attack waves they're gonna launch at us. Naga Strike Force. Alright.
I can wait no longer.
Right. Can we get you down to here? You're gonna die beforehand. Fudge. That parasite attack of theirs is powerful. I'm gonna grant them that.
Now is the time.
So, you here build another, and then let's send you to build another. And I suppose over here we could get you to build another. And then one more after that there. So yeah, we've got a chance. We're going to do a little bit of the whole base defendy sort of stuff. Vorpal beads, no. Bows, no. Huntress, Oh, you know what? Yes. Yes, we are going to do that. Because we're going to set a sentinel
As you wish.
here.
Certainly. Research finished.
And it takes 60 seconds
An honor.
to send another sentinel. So actually, if we've got this hero that can do it,
Building is complete.
well, not quite a hero, but a specialty unit. You know what I mean. Let's do that, and then we'll send the other one over to there. Once that's done, all of these guys here are going to go into base defendy. So, abolish magic, yes. And then we're going to send... So that's 12 plus 12. Okay, let's send two of these ones scouting. Use head way up the ways. We got a hermit here.
An orc. I smell the stench of demons about him.
Rest easy, stranger. This old wanderer has no quarrel with you or your king. I am Drakthul, once a powerful warlock of the Storm Weaver clan. Now, I am the last of my kind.
What are you doing here?
Your pardon, lady, but I am hunted by restless ghosts. They've chased me day and night for nearly 20 years. Perhaps if you silence them for me, I will tell you my tale.
I'll consider it.
Right, so gotta destroy those pits. Let's do a little bit of up on this. Right, back to the game. So, destroy the skill or the summoning pits. There are the 3 of them over there.
Ah, the great outdoors.
Oh, hey,
Your building is complete.
nice. So that's actually going to help us out a little bit because that'll give us the opportunity to... Really?
Research finished.
Huh. Interesting. Abolish magic. Right, you are going over to here and you're on harvest lumber duty. You know what, Maev? You come on along here.
Waiting on you.
All of y'all stay there. Once that one's finished construction, we're going to see, but can we
Ah, the great
go along the shore? Hey, Makura prawn.
Ah, the great outdoors.
Nothing wrong with that. Ooh.
Your building is complete.
The guilty will suffer.
Up here, little fan of knives just to kill these guys. Huh, so there is stuff down here
Ah, the
to
great
kill,
outdoors.
but does it give us rewards? Giant sea turtle over there. Interesting.
I can wait no
Right,
longer.
let's go over to the snare caster here. Lovely, and fan of knives. Try that. Kill these here ones off. Do I do another fan of knives? Nah. I'll be able to get away without doing it. Ooh, scroll of healing is also going to be helpful. So let's take care of them. Nice little bit of damage to them. Wow, I was limped way over. Are we going to be able to...
The guilty
Yeah, that
will
was
suffer.
very close.
I
So
will
let's go to
finish
here.
the hunt.
All of yous are going to have the replenish mana and life. Yep, you're all on auto cast for it. Lovely.
Moonlight shines upon the guilty.
Illidan is out
So
there somewhere.
now we're going to get lots of healing and mana back from these here wells.
The end draws
Good
near.
stuff. Nice.
I can wait no longer.
So we can also get a little bit more mana there. We got these here ones going, so that's going to be how many? 10?
The hunt awaits.
I think it is going to be 10. 10 dryads is going to be very helpful for us. So let's make sure when we're striking these here We poison each of them just to ensure that they're taking DPS, but more importantly than just that, to also slow down their attack speed.
The great outdoors.
So, lovely.
Justice will
That's
be
that done. Move you over to here. What are you like for access? Can you sail around to here?
the
You
hunt
can,
waits.
apparently. So right, this island is not a peninsula. It is in fact an island. I mean,
The great
what I just said there was one of the silliest sentences ever. So this island is not a peninsula. Fucking duh. That is literally the definition of an island. It's not actually the definition of an island in a literal sense. I just did that thing I hate. I'm very much not a fan whenever it's just like, oh yeah, it's literally the funniest thing ever. I was like, it's not literally the funniest thing ever. It's figuratively the funniest thing ever, but it's not literally.
Are we being invaded?
This is the kind of stuff people tune in for, right? Listening to an angry Northern Irish man talking about it, it's like, well, personally, I think the use of the word literal when it is intended to mean figurative
We're wasting time
is
here.
a problem. No, it's not. It ain't a fucking problem. Right, skull pits. Let's take them all down. Ooh,
Justice will be
you guys really did not
guilty will suffer.
think about it, did you?
There. Those must be the ghosts the old orc spoke of. They seem to be reliving their last battle.
Okay, so let's destroy the... Hey, if you're reliving your last battle, you better not start hitting me.
For the watch
This is like, what did you call it? Footman Wars?
shall gird us. For justice. I can wait no longer.
Okay, let's have them keep fighting and killing each other. Do a little bit of damage to all of this here. Right, okay, you are being a meanie face. Let's take care of that.
The guilty will suffer. I shall gird us.
Okay, so, Twilight Hammer Clan. The last one alive,
Now is the time.
as Demon
I can
Hunter
wait
would
no
say.
longer. For justice. For the Watchers.
I wonder is anything like this ever referenced in the, what do you call it? Skeletal Artifact.
The guilty will
Very fucked up little thing for them to have.
hunt.
So, Blink upgrade. Yes.
I can wait no longer.
You... Fine.
We must hurry.
All y'all into here. And over here. Yeah, wonder if in WoW they actually discuss any of these kinds of things. Point out, like, the little bits and pieces that there are there. You into there. All yous into here. Maybe we should send a frigate down.
Out there somewhere. The dead will trouble you no more, old orc.
Thank you, stranger. Now, hear my tale. Nearly 20 years ago, the great warlock, Gul'dan, raised these islands from the deeps. He sought to unearth an ancient vault that held the remains of the Dark Titan.
Sargeras. You speak of the Legion's creator.
The sun.
Aye.
After Sargeras' defeat ages ago, his remains were locked away in an undersea tomb. Gul'dan believed that opening the tomb would grant him the Dark Titan's power. For his pride, he and the rest of our clan were torn to shreds by crazed demons. I have wandered these isles ever since, haunted by the ghosts of my slaughtered comrades.
Your tale is as intriguing as it is dire, Drakthul. It's a shame your ghosts lie silent. You deserve far worse than their company for what you set loose in this place.
Oh, that's feckin' mean.
End draws near.
Right, you up here. I'll use a Robe of the Magi. Lovely. We love a wee robe, don't we? So all of y'all up to here? No? Ooh. That, I believe, is... Yep, that is indeed what I used to commonly mistake as thinking it was pronounced Behemoth. I used to say it's like, oh, like a sea giant behemoth. And it's like, nope. But I used to also say vehemently. And it's like, you mean vehemently? Yeah, I wasn't always good at pronouncing words. There was one of them in primary school where I got asked to read, and I was like, yeah, remember the way it used to be like in school, you would have the teacher and be like, and now you read this sentence, and you read this sentence. And I saw the word nevertheless. And I had heard the word nevertheless. But I had never seen it written down. And I figured nevertheless would be hyphenated. So when I saw this word, I thought it was nevertheless or something. What is nevertheless? And it's like nevertheless. And I remember getting in trouble because I actually said, why the fuck is there no hyphen? And I got in trouble for using a swear word. And I was like, well, I was frustrated because rightly so, there was no bloody hyphen. You know, if you're gonna have a word like that, you put a hyphen, you break that up, you make sure that there's all the info you need in there. So we've got a nice little base expansion point we could put here. But instead we gotta go up this way. And I don't know if I spend the money and the time building that up, is it going to actually benefit me in any way whatsoever? Also, it's kind of impressive how many trees there are for an island that's only 20 years old. You know, raised from the deep 20 years ago. There is a lot of foliage here. A lot. Right, you out of the way. Melee time. Okay, you do your big ol' melee strikes. Okay, you stay there. You Goblin Shipyard, we do have the frigates available there, but if I do that, does it help? I can't understand the purpose for these guys being here. Because they... Okay, yep, there we go. Figured there would be something. Oh boy. Attack time! Okay, so if we take them out one by one, we might be fine. Let's hit you next. So we'll slow you down. You and you. Yeah, that's okay. This is why we're amassing these base defenses. Or not even base defenses, these. The Moonwells. This is why we're amassing them. So that we could have a nice little healing thing to keep our base defense small, but still be able to take care of itself. Let's hit you with that. And you, on the other hand, need to get hit with this. Ranged attack. You do your thing. Now, Naisha, you're staying on base defense. You, Naga Siren, are down. So, Naga Siren is taken care of. Lovely. All of y'all are going back onto the... Wait, no you're not. Check what's over this way.
I can wait no longer.
Another enraged jungle stalker. Okay, you're annoyingly resilient. I'm gonna grant you that. You out the way. Okay, fine. 114 gold for that one kill.
Twin aspens called the boughs of Ajara.
Oh, here's the Naga Strike Force. Here's their base. Right.
Now they're
Okay. You out of the way. And you over to here. You're going to do this. And that takes care of that. So you got a sea guardian there. Lovely little thing. But we don't really mind too much. We're going to try and kill you. Going to do the same here. All of y'all do your little strikey sweepy thingy. Tidal Guardian, that's what it's called. A Tidal Guardian. So y'all over to here. Let's get yous over this way. So Ancient Protector's actually doing pretty damn good against some of that. You go and take care of that. Now, all of yous are still managing to get this. God damn. Maev, you're going to have to pull back a little bit. We're going to have to seriously reconsider what some of this is doing. There's a coral bed. Damn. Okay then. So, they successfully did a thing. Let's revive Maev to go over to there. We're going to require 2 glaive throwers. And we want, let's see, we've got... Yeah, we can go ahead with 8 of these guys. So, let's get this back to base. You to here, and you're going over to here. So, first thing we're going to focus on is take out their base defenses. Aw, Murgle Slave, poor little buddies. That's not exactly very friendly behavior for them to be engaging in.
Moonlight shines upon the guilty, and
So, Ancient of War, you over to here. All yous over to here. When I go to the Hunter's Hall, what is this going to give? That's going to increase the damage of the glaive throwers. But I don't think it's worth increasing all of their damage just on that basis. So let's get the 4 yous into there. And we'll have you send these ones up. We need the glaive throwers as the second transport. So we'll move over to there, drop our guys off. And then, yeah, you know what, why not? Oh, it's low upkeep now? Oh, damn. That's unfortunate, but well, we're gonna lose the stuff anyway. So, let's get you over to here, and you're going to open up a landing spot for us. You, on the other hand, are going to go here and open up an attack point for us over to here. Do some damage. You up to here and do your thing. So, the one we want to definitely make sure gets wiped right away is this. So let's keep trying to get you. Right, all of yous move down here a little bit. Perfect, that's that one done. Now, we make sure this one gets destroyed next. Once that's done, we upgrade, or no, we don't upgrade, we change our target and we start hitting the spawning grounds. So let's do that. Boom and boom. You get that. Quests, we've already done the second little, or like the one optional quest that there is. So yeah, I think we're fine for the moment. You hit that. I really did think we were going to lose somebody. I really thought we were going to. But nope. Okay, over here. Naga Strike Force. Yes, take the damage. Lovely. Don't aim for their food supplies, aim for their shrines. Take out all of their little base defendy bits. Take out all of that kind of crap. So while they're doing that, we're going to go ahead and attack this. So that's the Temple of the Tides. I genuinely do wish in like the skirmish mode and everything, custom games, you just did have the default faction of the Naga that you could play as. Because I don't even think it would have been that horrendous to try to implement. It could have kind of worked out alright. So these here are all getting attacked. You know what? Yous all are going into here. And we're going to have these. You're done there. Both of y'all. And last one, take care of that. So, now we can go up and we're going to drop our guys off on this island. And see what that's like for us. So, up here. A little bit more of an attack. And see what we got. Lovely. Send these glaive throwers into here. That's going to help us out. And all the way up here. Yous are going to go deploy to this. So, we have just deployed them onto an island they have no real anything on. Yep, we had just dropped them onto an island they couldn't have done anything from. So, let's see where we can find a landing spot. This looks more promising. Fudging heck. Alrighty, so we find a little bit of a problem. You need to do that there, Maev. You're going to the front line. And I need to get you to try and hold some of these guys until you can do the fan of knives. Try and take that. Use. Right. Kill, kill, kill. Just please, for the love of all that is dear, merciful Lord Almighty. Yep, okay, that was not what I wanted from it. That was not the thing. Okay, so these guys, those Coatl are dangerous. Very, very dangerous. Right, you guys are doing that. We're going to here. You're going to drop this. For the love of God, can you just try to do enough damage to that? They're not going to repair that, so that's going to be fine. So, let's get you over to here. You are going to be the same. You're heading up to there. We need to avail of this. We need 3 frigates online. Because these are apparently very good versus air units. Let's find out. We're going to send these around to here. And they're going to do a little bit of base defense. We need ranged units. So let's send the 4 of yous over to there. Maev, you're still up there? You're still going?
Guilty will suffer. For the Watchers.
You know what? We're gonna just absolute idiot run, but let's do it. See if we can do a bit of damage.
Our champion has fallen.
So, okay, Maev died. We expected that. We kind of planned it, basically, actually.
Are we being invaded?
We may as well have planned it.
Take my spear. Aim dead center.
So, you're there. You ones are doing this here. You can do reasonably quick attacks there. So you guys are going to be that. We're going to load a bunch of yous into here. We also want 3 glaive throwers. That's going to be 9. We'll head a couple of yous into here. Renew. You know what, actually? We're building an expansion up there. We're going to do it so that we've got a nice close base to theirs and we don't have to worry nearly as much. So, you into here. Let's get the lot of yous out on this island.
Great outdoors.
You are also going to go here and be our little base defender. So, you are... Yep, you're fine, I guess. We send these ones out to here. You are going to be the Tree of Life, and I'm going to build you here. So you three are there. Let's go to this, and we'll build the lot of yous in. You're going into this here transport. That's what you're doing. Now, the other thing we should do, which we're going to, we've got the resources now, let's go ahead and expend it. We're upgrading our glaive thrower stats. All use into here, right, use lot up here.
For the trees.
That's going to be the gold mine entangled.
Is there trouble? Making trails.
So,
Hi. I'm game.
your game, glad to hear that, because we need someone who's game.
Your building is complete.
So, that is a no. Let's see. How much damage do you do? Oh, you know something? That's actually a healthy wee chunk against that. So, use over to here. Yeah, these guys can do alright against some of these ranged units. Maybe that's something we need to consider. Possibility of spamming some of these here. So let's go to there, buy 3. We're going to go to there, buy another 3. And then we're going to be absolutely golden. So, you. Let's get 3 of you on the go. You guys, over here, we're going to get 3, and then we're going to get another 3. So we are going to frigate spam this here. Lovely. Over to here. Do you have Sea Giant Behemoth, I guess? Nope, Spider Crab, Storm Reaver Hermit. So you're basically a warlock. You are not really analogous to anything, I guess. You 3. So, let's get you over to here. And now, the lot of you are going into this. You are going to be here. You are going to be here. And you, my dear friend, are going to go here. So, all of y'all are launching your attack move here. Because I'm genuinely surprised how effective these things are. You know, that's against a structure, and that took them. So these 8 guys here, you know, we just mass spam these guys and use them to take out these structures, and we are golden. So you are going to deploy your forces down to here. And lovely, you guys go to here. Maev, I want you blinking in here and doing the fan of knives. Yous are gonna, right, take that out for a start. And now you're gonna switch over to here. We've got that protected, so now we can just go ahead with this and have these attack that. You are going to hit this. And this is their base down. Done for. And we love it, so we do. Let's go to that, and yeah, they're being slowed down a little bit, but, you know, not as much as we would ideally like. So you 4, go take that out. Sure, it does a little bit of damage when it attacks, but we do more. Let's make sure this is also going down. And you, glaive thrower, I want you focusing up your fire on there. Let's have yous go and take care of that. Whoa. Okay, we lost that there, but ah well. It's not the most horrendous thing that's happened to us today. We lost other very important units as well. But that's nice, we got this here taken care of. Illidan's escort is not exactly doing what he wanted it to, because he probably expected them to not die. But you know something? When you're facing off against me and I'm playing on normal difficulty, there's a chance you're gonna die. If you're an actual player, there is no chance. Hang on. 1 second. I gotta go check who's at the door. Ah. Someone forgot their key.
Someone is at the doorbell. Motion detected at the doorbell.
At last, the tomb of Sargeras is found. You, my trusted servants, must remain here and guard the entrance. If that wretched warden managed to reach this island, she'll certainly try to follow us.
Illidan. I knew we'd find him. We'll have to fight our way through the Naga's defenses in order to follow him.
We locked Illidan beneath the earth long ago. I intend to do so again.
Our gold mine has collapsed.
Oi. My apologies. Had to let the right one in, as it were. And we are back. So, yeah, the other half needed access to the place, so kind of made sense. Better let her into the house, shouldn't I? Quests, okay, Naga Guardians. Gotta take care of the chili pepper crowd.
Now is the time.
So,
I
let's
will
do
finish
this
the
here.
hunt.
Bait them out. Use,
We're
come out to
wasting
here.
time The end draws near.
Lovely.
I can wait no longer.
Nope, nope. Keep coming. Okay, so these guys have a leash range on them. Quite a short leash range, actually.
The guilty will suffer.
Because we can't even actually bait them out to here.
Our warriors have engaged.
Unless...
I will finish the hunt.
Can
Now is the
they?
time
Nope.
for the Watchers,
They cannot.
for justice.
Okay, right, fine. Let's have all of you take care of that.
I will finish the hunt.
So I guess we are just gonna have to plink them.
The hunt awaits.
Let's find out. A little bit of cheese. A little bit of cheese is exactly right, James. Quarterback. How are you going? How is life as the quarterback? I know it's probably not what the QB stands for, but you know what? Why not? Who knows? Maybe it stands for Queen's Belfast. Maybe you're a person that is called James that attends Queen's University Belfast. Or you're just a person who thoroughly believes in the rights of the monarchy to own Belfast. You know? Or Queen's Britain. That's something. Could be Queen's Britain. Ooh, why are you running away rather than attacking? That's very giddy goose behavior right there. That is the behavior of a silly, silly biscuit. Okay, get that. Simple sausage, but I have someone. That's just it. Everyone's always sitting thinking it's like, oh, you know, you have to be like a Cumberland sausage, or you have to be like a sausage with like sweet chili and leek or something. Sometimes no. Sometimes you gotta just be a Frankfurter, an absolutely gorgeous sausage that works really, really well in hot dogs, but for some reason people always end up shitting on. Because the Frankfurters are delicious. That is, I'm standing by it. Pack of 50 sausages for £1. I miss the days when you used to get like the bags of 50 cocktail sausages for £1. They're like fucking £3 now, and you only get like 40. And it's like, god damn you, shrinkflation. We're not about that shrinkflation. We are not vibing with it, so we're not. I'm not old enough to remember a 5p Freddo, but I remember a 10p Freddo. And then I remember a 15p, and then a 20p, then 25p, and eventually it just reached now, instead of 5 Freddos for £1 in a multi-pack, you get 4 of them for £1.25. That is a disgrace. When I get Twitch famous, you're going to send a sausage to my PO box. Greatly appreciate that. What would be your one of choice? What's your favourite? Because for me, it's a boerewors. Love a wee bit of boerewors. But like the proper South African, not like, I mean, Hellbent's alright. Hellbent's alright. But if you find a South African butcher that does like the proper boerewors, especially, oh my god, if you find a place that also has really good biltong, and I don't mean like the jerky style biltong, I mean like the snap sticks, the proper ones that if you were in South Africa or Zimbabwe or anywhere, the butchers near you do Marmite and cheese. Why? Why would a person choose to go into that? That is dangerous behavior. I am not a Marmite enjoyer, personally. I mean, even at one point, this is how much of a Marmite unenjoyer I was. At one point, I bought a multi-pack of crisps. And the multi-pack of crisps had Marmite flavor crisps in there as well. And I was like, okay. And even though I bought the multi-pack of crisps, I didn't actually eat those crisps. I tried to like offer them out to people, but instead it was like, nope, they don't even want them. It ended up going in the bin. And for me to not eat a packet of crisps, that is a very, very risky thing. You know, because I am a fiend for a wee packet of crisps. You give me like a 20 bag of Tato, hell yeah, I'm gonna go. Strangers don't want... That's just it. These weren't even open crisps. These weren't even. These are, you know, still sealed, still in the bag, still foil fresh. The problem was, it probably would have been better if they were open. Probably would have been better if they were steel. Because Marmite flavour, why? They were. They were in the best before. And it's like, what the what? Just how in the name of merciful under goodness. So yeah, it was, yeah, I will still never understand the appeal of Marmite. Just the same as I don't understand the appeal of Bovril on toast. Like for me, Bovril belongs on the shelf in the Tesco's. That's where it belongs.
We must hurry.
Not even in like my shopping basket. Not even in anything like that. It's a nope from me.
Wasting time here.
Okay, right. We can
End
teleport.
draws near.
Porty warty.
End draws near.
Lovely. Do that. And then we do a little blink across. And that's going to be us. So, okay.
I will finish the hunt.
I'm guessing...
Somewhere.
Actually, hang on. Strength by 1. Okay, agility is our primary attribute for this hero. So even though this is our 4th hero class type or something, it's... Okay, you need to... You know what? You're not actually doing as much damage as I thought you would there, Tomb Guardian. I genuinely expected better of you. And now you're just like, eh. You're not even that intimidating. If you're trying to scare me, you're failing. You're absolutely failing at that. So, okie dokes. What are you going to be like? You're going to die is what you're going to be like. You're going to be very, very, very silly and very killed off.
For the Watchers.
But still. But anyway, how is your week treating you, James? I also forgot to say the one, like, yeah.
For the Watchers.
Why did I not say that? Are you well? Because you're looking well.
The end
Apologies. I should have said that immediately upon you walking in. I was just that blinded by the beauty and everything that it was just like, oh dear. Completely taken aback. Missed out on that there. All okay. I'm having a wonderful week so far. Having a very good wee one. It's nice and sunny, but it's not overbearingly hot. It's, you know, just a pleasant sort of evening. I've got my little glass of Monster Energy. I've got my bright green City Marathon top on, just because it's only like the only light fabric thing I've really got here at the moment that's not in the wash. And yeah, just having a nice little chill evening. Got a couple of deliveries from Amazon today, so I'm very happy because I got to engage in commercialism, and we love a bit of commercialism, so we do. You know, ordered myself a little bit of PLA filament from a 3D printer, which is there. A little bit of PLA for that there, including one that's like one of those, it's the filament, but it's like a color changing one. So like as it is printed, it's like black and gold, but it gives like a little bit of sort of, the shadowy bits are black, and when the light hits it, it has gold, so it's almost pearlescent. It's very cool. Very cool. Okay, so this Pit Lord is... You may be a Pit Lord, but to me, you're an Armpit Lord. Also, his character portrait was wrong there. That was not the character portrait for a Pit Lord. Because a Pit Lord should look like a purple version of Manaroth. That wasn't. And I don't think that was the case before. I think that's one of the things that they broke whenever they released this here. Manual of Health. We do enjoy a Manual of Health, because it's probably going to give us such wonderful pieces of advice as do some weights now and then. Which I have disabled that as a redeem reward, but I do still do my weights, you know. Actually, earlier today, I upped it so that both of my dumbbells I'm doing at once are on the 10 kg. So eventually, I will have some kind of muscle mass whatsoever. Because currently, at the moment, if I were to like flex and be like, yeah, look at my muscles, you would rightly be able to go, it's like, how do I look at your muscles? Because there aren't any. Right, let's do a little teleport into here. Hiya. Okay, hit you with this. Ooh, Shadow Orb Fragment. This is dangerous. We gotta try and take care of this. So, grab this. Gul'dan's Shadow Orb. Well, he probably did shatter it by accident. I don't imagine that's one of the things that they're going round and saying, yeah, let's break this deliberately.
It shall be done, as you wish.
As a wise man once said, Andu'Fallanah.
Our comrades' voices.
I don't actually know what it means.
If we destroy it, they'll be able to get
Okay,
inside and
that's
help us
unfortunate.
with
These ones here. Please don't kill all of my peoples.
Die.
Okay, a necrolite. That's... What is that, like 0-calorie dead people? Necrolite? Yeah, get it?
I am the blade of the goddess.
justice.
If they also called them xeromorphs, that would have also been a
The end
semi-good
draws
joke.
near.
Lesser healing. Let's check this here.
Justice will be done.
So,
Now is
up
the
this
time.
way. There is nothing.
Wait no longer.
Down this way is probably also nothing. Do not know why I am
I can
doing
wait
the
no
accent.
Waiting on you.
Very silly.
Oh,
Oh, we opened the vault using that. Lovely.
Illidan is out there
Ooh.
somewhere.
Alrighty,
I will finish the hunt.
this
The
is
end
promising.
draws near.
Is that going to contain another Shadow Orb fragment? It's going to contain
The hunt
weird little slimy creatures. Womp. It does contain the fragment, however. We can confirm that. Let's hit you with that, and then boom, womp.
will suffer.
Rune of Mana, lovely.
The end draws near.
Grab this here Shadow Orb
No
fragment.
longer. Now is
Wonder,
the
could
time.
it blink over to there?
I will finish the hunt.
Ooh,
The
wee
guilty
Rune of
will
Mana.
suffer. The guilty will suffer.
This has gotta be in here.
I will finish the hunt.
So, right,
Now
up
is
this
the
here
time.
way. Rune of Healing, lovely. Now we can take these ones here out. Slam. Everybody get up. It's time to slam now.
Ashal Theridas. The end draws near.
Ooh,
I can wait no longer.
you die. Good. Let's do this. Are we gonna get a fire orb from you? If we get a fire orb, I'm okay with that.
The end draws near.
Nope. Just a rune of
Now is the
healing.
time.
Oh,
Guilty will
damn.
suffer. I will finish the hunt.
I am thoroughly digging this. This is very nice. I like it.
The
Let's do
guilty will
teleport to
suffer.
here. Lovely.
Now is the time.
Head on down and we'll get you guys moving up this way. We also got the rock fragment things, or the rock chunks down there. We don't need to worry about that particular one. If we destroy these and head south, we should be able to find, because this looks optional. And if it looks optional, the odds are it's a side quest.
My strength is yours.
Oh,
We must hurry.
nice.
Awake,
Back
I'm
up.
awake.
The hunt awaits. I will finish the hunt.
Teleport into here.
Now is the time.
Rune of Mana, we just go around this side here.
I can wait no longer.
Wow.
I can wait no longer.
Okay, that's well hidden. That's good. Props to them for that
I
one.
will finish the hunt.
Also, look how quickly our mana respawns, or like replenishes.
Now is the time.
Let's do this. Right, teleport to here. Boom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
I will finish the hunt.
Not even 10 seconds to replenish all of our mana. That is very nice.
Wasting time here.
So, I guess we'll continue up this here way and keep looking for the next shadow fragment. Oh, Shadow Orb +4 increases attack damage. So each fragment we get
The guilty will suffer.
gives us
I can
+1
wait no
damage.
longer.
And I
Now
wonder,
the
is it
time.
maybe like plus 0.25 or 0.2 armor?
Dan's glyphs. Interesting. They continue the warlock's tale.
Blasted, feeble-minded weaklings. They're all likely dead by now. Still, I must press on. My power alone should be enough to... That laughter. Is that you, Sargeras? You seek to mock me? We'll see who laughs last, demon, when I claim your burning eye for my own.
Again, he referenced this mysterious eye. What could it be?
An artifact, no doubt. It must have contained tremendous demonic power to lure Gul'dan as it did.
Well, let's find out. So this here, it's not my first playthrough I've ever done of the Frozen Throne, because I used to play this way back when, hell, even on like Windows XP. This was one of the earlier ones that we got on PC, because, yeah, I mean, my dad got me into Warcraft 3 when I was, or no, not even Warcraft 3. He started me on Warcraft 2, in fact, but that was a while before I was like old enough. And then I got my own PC. Well, no, I got my own. My dad got me a PC that would be for like homework and everything. And he was just like, hey, so here's like a PC that's capable of doing your homework on, but also has video games. And I was just like, I'm interested. Tell me more about this video game thing. Lovely. That there has raised this.
She looks more like a Naga than one of us. Would those foul serpents have any reason to worship our queen?
I don't know, Nisha. But her image chills me to the core.
Okay, so this is intriguing.
We must hurry. I will finish
That
the
it
hunt.
sends us through to here. Right, giant sea turtle. Okie dokes. Fan of knives. Let's do this here. Used 100 mana just to activate that. But we replenish mana. Pretty cool. He's a very good one. Yeah, he started me on that there. He hasn't even to this day played StarCraft. At one point, years and years back, when we were staying with my cousins, when they lived here, they lived in, like, up in the north here, but they've since moved to, like, England and all. They used to, occasionally we would go to theirs, and they had World of Warcraft, and we tried that there, and my dad just didn't vibe with it, and I was like, okay, fair enough, doesn't vibe with that. Let's see what the other ones are. So I tried StarCraft and was like, this is also pretty fun. So eventually I ended up getting into like StarCraft 2 Wings of Liberty and then Heart of the Swarm. Still never played the, not Legacy of the Damned, whatever you call the third expansion, the Protoss one. Legacy of the Void, I think? Yeah, I think Legacy of the Void. Still haven't completed or even played any of it. That was the one. Yep. You are correct, Amundo, I believe. You are very much correct, Amundo. But yeah, I got into it. He was not as into the sci-fi aesthetic. I think also because he was very, very good at playing the orcs. So anytime we would play, he would like go in skirmish, and he would ally like 7 brutal, or no, insane AI, I think he called it in this here one. So he would ally 7 insane AI against himself, and he would just play orcs, and he was able to defend against all their attacks and everything. Managed to keep them all from destroying his base, while he would build up crap tons of, what do you call them? Wyvern riders, and he would absolutely decimate them. And I remember trying at one point to be like, yeah, I wonder if I can get as good as my dad. And I could not. That was the answer we discovered for that one. I could not get as good at the game as my dad was. So it's just like, alright, fair dues. I'm going to just, you know, not get as into this here. So my one that I went to was, I got very good at playing the Super Weapons General in Command & Conquer General Zero Hour. That was the one I got good at. So, let's get this here. You heal that, and you are going to heal that. You stay away from that, just in case it tries to eat you. If it does try to eat you, then at that point, don't let it. Okay, do that there. Right, why are you not... Would you, like, stand and fight? Stand and deliver, as they like to say in this here. But yeah, I very much got into like RTS through like my dad. He was the one that sort of got me into all of this here. Regenerates a target. Okay, we're going to hold on to this. We're also going to do a little whoomp over to here. Grab this. Smack this. Lovely. That's 5. So that's +5. And that. Okie dokes. Let's go to here. All of y'all down this here way. Maul of Strength we don't need to worry about as much. Rune of Mana. Vomp. You know, that's how we do things. We're going to do that. Shadow Orb quest is painful. It is a little bit. It is. I don't think RTSs are designed for that kind of hide-and-seek kind of gameplay. If I was playing something like Stalker, then it's a little bit less painful. But in RTS, it just doesn't feel like it's the right place for that kind of thing. But also I say that, and when I was playing through Stalker recently, I did not go and complete all of those little side quests. Instead, I was just like, yeah, no, we're going to just go ahead and run through the Pripyat levels and through to the end of it. And it's like, yeah, that was not ideal. Right, use out of the way. And can we access it? Yes, yes we can. So that's a little bump for that. That activated the bridge. So that wasn't even a side quest part. That was just part of the thing. And up there is still hidden. So we gotta continue this way, I guess.
We're wasting time here. I can wait no longer.
It's the thought of only being like halfway through the mission that's a little bit concerning. Right. Let's do this here to get the bonus to our stuff. You are gonna vaboom. You're doing this here and do that. Right, okay. Oh, crap. Right, okay. Maev, Womp, can you... Okay, right. All of y'all are back in the game. Let's do this here. Get some mana back, which is going to be helpful for our healers. Lads, do us a favor and get that back online. Lovely stuff. So, we're about halfway through the level, but we're only on... Or when I look at the surface area of the map, I'd say we're over half. But we've only got 5 of the fragments. This is somewhat of a concern. This ain't. Womp, womp. Let's try and move to here and see if we can't get you to come over here. Well, at least it's a little bit of damage. Okay, that's better. Hey, I can dig it. I can work with that. And then, whoomp. A little bit of a Vorpal bleed going on there. Lovely. Up here is... crates.
I can wait no longer. The guilty will suffer.
Okay, so let's do a teleport to here. There's 6 out of 10. So they're gonna have to be quite densely packed in this area to actually have the 10 of them. Because I don't see any possible way they could be further up that way or something. I don't see how it'd happen like that. Alrighty, so they're going to do that there. Very unfortunate because they've already automatically taken out 2 of our healers. They've got a lot of our people up in the sky. That is very unfortunate. It's like a scene from that movie Twisters, only not unnecessarily Hollywoodified. I really did not get why everything in Twisters was so, like, it had to be bombastic, because it made it feel so much less impactful because it was like, oh my god, there's the tornado going through the entire place and everything's going to get destroyed and die. And it's like, why do the stakes always have to get raised? I mean, what if after Aliens, for example, like I appreciate Aliens, not a great example because Aliens was an escalation, but Aliens as an escalation of the formula of Alien was, for me, perfect cinema. It was god tier. But what if Alien 3 was like, hey, you loved it when they were fighting 200 aliens. Now get ready to see them fight 2,000 million billion. It was like, nah, we're not interested. Thank you. At a certain point, it becomes like, oh, wow. Like, yeah, Endgame, that scene in Endgame, that looked cool. I'm not gonna lie, I thought that scene in Endgame looked cool. But also, like, eh. You know? It's like, eh.
Look, mistress, more of Gul'dan's glyphs.
Yes, Gul'dan's script seems to grow more.
Because, like, how are you meant to focus on that? I don't know. It feels, I guess a really horrible way to phrase it would be TikTokified. But I guess it's one of the things of like, yeah, we are having shorter and shorter attention spans. Like, subsequent generations now. Because, like, lots of the ones I know that have kids, they're just like, oh yeah, no. They have to have their cocoa melon, they have to have their this, they have to have their that. And it's like, do they read books? And it's like, no, they don't really like it. And it's like, I can't even judge. I don't read books that much, but I read wikis. But they're not even doing that. They're watching little videos on their phone. And I appreciate the irony of I'm also live on TikTok. But it's like, yeah, I'm not exactly doing short form content on TikTok right here. I'm very much one of those long-winded, annoying sounding ones. It's just like, oh my god, we get it, boomer. And it's like, hey, fuck you. I'm not a boomer. I'm a millennial. We're worse. We're not actually worse. No generation is inherently worse or better or anything. We're just functionally different from the previous ones. We have different priorities. Like me, I know it's never going to be a case of it's like, oh yeah, going to be able to buy a house outright using cash or anything. It's going to be like, no, there's always going to be a chain. But, at the same time, it's like, yeah, but I've got access to really cool technology. And I do agree to a degree. Books are for nerds. But also, if you look at the word nerd as a thing, it derives from ne'er-do-well. That's originally what a nerd was. A nerd was a ne'er-do-well, who was a person who was not exactly Captain Intellect or anything for that there. It used to be someone who was really quite bad, actually, academically. They used to just be the ragamuffins, the people that would go around just, like, knocking over soup cans that were perfectly stacked. And it was like, huh? Rune of the Wild? Hell yeah, I'm taking a Furbolg. Why would I not take a Furbolg? Oh, you're a summoned one? Oh, you're also on a timer? Ooh, okay. That was the wrong button. Let's go over to here. Do this. Womp. Greater healing. Where is point stone token? Fudge you and the horse you rode in on. A rock golem? Oh, hell no. That is not worth it. Compared to the rate of, like, mana regeneration I've got right now being boosted like that. I would rather keep the mana. So we're on 7 out of 10. Really? That's the main quest completed? Oh, please, for the love of God, tell me that was only part of it. And then, on our way out, we're going to be able to find the other parts. You've made it at last.
You have much to pay for, Illidan. I'm taking you back to your cell.
Naivete does not suit you. When I consumed the power of Gul'dan's skull, I inherited his memories, especially those all the power I'll need to rid this wretched world of my enemies once and for all. Ironic that you should be its first victim.
You're insane.
Isolation can do that to the mind. Now, after all the long centuries you kept me chained in darkness, it is only fitting that I bury you in turn.
I must reach Shadow Stormrage and warn him of his brother's treachery. My power will allow me to escape. But I fear there is no way out for the rest of you.
Go, mistress. The goddess will light our path to the hereafter.
I will not forget you, my sisters. You will be avenged. I swear.
That was sudden.
Now I've got to find a way out.
The other one just getting vumped like that. That was, yeah, not ideal. Okay, let's go to here and shabwam. Shaboozy. Okay, right. Fudge y'all. We're making our way out of here. We are not going to find the last 3 pieces, are we? Oh, wait, what the fudge? Can I? Right. If I vump to here, can I then vump to there? And then, okay. Really? Unable to target there. Fudge, y'all. Doesn't let me. Okay, well, at least the Guardians are going to provide a little bit of a distraction. So we got 3 minutes to get the heckaroonie out of here. Rune of Speed? Ooh, wow. That is a hell of a difference that makes. Let's see, can we teleport to there? Nope, we can't. Let's just keep on running. RLH, as they say, I believe. Run like heckaroonie doodles. Ooh, boy. Okay, that's the thing that is done. Keep on going this here way. Oh no. Well, that also worked. So if we go this here way, anything I can do, you can do it. Ooh, okay. Here's going to be a piece, right? Really? Gauntlets of Ogre Strength? That's it. That. Okay, the Ancient Hydra can fuck off. We're not dealing with that. Yeah, that is not happening. No. Absolutely not. We are not boofing that there. Oh, boy. Okay, so we missed 3 fragments in this mission. Rune of Shielding. Haha. Okay, right. Up this way. That's a Rune of Restoration. Down this here way. Okay, can y'all just get the hell out of my way? We missed 3 whole pieces. Unfortunate, but not unexpected. I didn't think we were going to have the whole thing. Nice little teleport over. And lovely. Okie dokes, so what we're going to do is we're going to wrap it there for the evening. Let's have a look and see who is live on Twitch that we can go and drop a raid on. Who is on? And let's see. Which Dungeons and Dragons? Who? Who? I do not have anyone online. Bugare. I do not see anyone online. Is there anyone on Satisfactory? Let's see. If you like real-time strategy games, you'll probably love Satisfactory, because it's logistics. You're literally just sitting there going, it's like, I like to make numbers go higher. Ba ba ba. And let's see. Wow. Only VTubers. Oh. Oil Pyron products. Okie dokes, there's one. So, Neo Azazel. Neo Azazel. Let's set up the raid on that there. So, I will be back on Friday afternoon, 3 o'clock UK time, where I'm going to be playing a little bit of, I don't know yet, but it's going to be a free roam one. Probably going to be Grand Theft Auto 3. So, in the meantime, take care of yourselves, have a fantastic rest of your Wednesday, have a fantastic Thursday, and I will see yous on Friday. Also, just because why the fuck not, gonna do the little like, follow, subscribe, all that stuff. So thank you very much for the follower, greatly appreciated, and I will catch you on Friday. Take care, and bye-bye now.